Hello everyone and welcome back to Ero, where this season of PC2 is about to begin. I'm joined today by Mitchell Snape, a new commentator for this season of Ero. So, do you want to say hello?
Hi, it's smart.
Alright, so this season we are going to be commentating PC2 for everyone, and this tier this season has got one of the most stacked grids, in my opinion, across the whole of Ero, as from the times that these guys have set, it is extremely close, meaning that it's going to make for some very exciting racing, and we never know who's going to, come out on top in these races. Mitch, could you just check the stream for me?
Yeah, everything sounds okay, and
Okay.
you are streaming the game, so yes.
Is the
everything's
quality
alright.
alright as well?
Yeah, the quality's
Okay, that's
alright.
fine. So I'm going to run you through this season's grid for Ero Pc2, but I'll just go for the drivers who we have today. So in the Mercedes we have Adam Lapage and Dino Pushkadija, both formerly PC1 drivers last season, and this season they've moved to PC2 and they're both in Mercedes together. They're also the PC1 commentators, so you'll be able to hear them commentating tomorrow. In Red Bull, we have another former PC1 driver, Owen Hegenan, and we also have someone who's just joined the lobby but hasn't quite connected into the race, I don't think yet, called Vasco Levente, who is a new driver for this season of Ero. In Ferrari, we don't have either of the Ferrari drivers driving today, but we do have a reserve of Albert Lundgren, who's filling in one of the Ferrari seats for today. In McLaren, we have last season's PC2 driver for Ferrari, I believe, Jacob Majinski. And we also have another new driver of Lucas McGinty as well. In Aston Martin, we have the two Davids of David Peller and David Hoy, but David Hoy isn't racing today. We don't have anyone in the reserve slot for his seat, as there's a few cars starting their lap, so I'll keep you posted on that. But continuing with the rest of the grid, we have the two Alpines of Gregors Radpold and George Antonopoulos. Both were PC2 last season, with Gregors being near the top of PC2. I think he finished P2 or P3 in the standings in the end. We also have, in the Alpha Tauri, we have Elliot Sorensen and Ryan Chapman, both again formerly of PC2. In the Williams, we have Jim Bin, who is a new driver, and his teammate would have been Nuan Marcos, but he's not here today, so instead I believe we have Rafael Ferraz filling in the Williams. And the final two teams, we have the full Canadian team of Darrell Ailes and Cody Reed for Alfa Romeo, and then in Haas we have Markel Cifuentes in the Haas and his teammate Pavel Zakowski. So now I've got that out of the way, sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't give you a chance to speak, but we have a few first laps coming in here. I will get the tyre detail. We have a lot of drivers out on mediums, which is definitely expected here at Bahrain, because of the tyre degradation being quite bad.
As Adam Lapage goes fastest with a 1:27.2.
That is, he's already 6 tenths quicker than anyone else, with a good banker to start off. I have a feeling we're going to get quite a few times into the 126s here. I'm saying mostly high 126, maybe a few in the mid 126s, but as we have a lot of people qualifying on mediums, it seems as if it's gonna be more just a few drivers at the top going for laps on the softs. So I think one thing with Bahrain is that there's a lot of different strategies that you can take. So I don't think particularly starting on the softs or the mediums, matters that much, as you can do soft to hard, medium to hard, or if you're feeling quite risky, you can do soft to medium. However, with the degradation at this track, it is certainly very difficult.
That is very true. And as long as no one's going into turn 1 and absolutely killing off to it, then it's still okay.
As we have nearly a spin there from Jacob Mashinsky in the McLaren, as Ryan Chapman goes pole with a 1:26.8. That is a very quick time for this early on in the session, and is currently 4 tenths quicker than anyone else.
See, I'm just saying that's the AlphaTauri power right there. I mean, I'm a bit biased because I drive in the AlphaTauri, but that's just what the AlphaTauri does.
It's certainly a very good time, and could be a wake-up call for a few drivers here, as we currently have a few drivers on a lap. We have Elliot Sorensen and Albert Lundgren, who are both currently completing laps, with Elliot coming just up towards sector 3 here. And let's see what his split is at the second sector. 106.3, which it's not bad for the first 2 sectors. Obviously, with people just getting bankers in, their times will be slower to start with, and we can expect everyone not to be going full pace immediately, as most people have now completed their first runs and are on the in laps.
As long as no one's invalidating on British Charles turns, then at least they'll spend a solid lap or 2 getting in a decent lap.
Yeah, I think a few drivers might be, just doing a few laps there, especially with the ones on the mediums, just to acclimatise themselves to the track. Yeah, I think that could be quite good for them. As we have the throw of Lundgren, he's bailed on his lap and he's just letting people through. However, we do have Raphael in the Williams, going just into sector 3 here. He's quicker than what Elliot was at this point, meaning he's going to be around the high 127s, potentially mid 127s, which is where the bulk of the grid is at the moment, as he has a little moment through that final corner. And to the line, it is a 128.0, so that might have cost him half a tenth or so there, with the minor mistake he did make. And it seems that a lot of people who have currently done their laps on the mediums, they do seem to want to commit to the mediums, which if they can get in the top 10, they obviously can start on those tyres inside the top 10, which is, I'd say, quite an advantage, especially at a track like Bahrain, and will give them, a better chance in a race of getting the strategy spot on. However, with safety cars, you never know.
And also the fact that they're using mediums get some more used to the track and some of the turns. They get like what's it called? The sector 2 turn, the really sharp one. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, like that. I think that's like turn 8 or 9. It's around there. It's around there. But we have people like Owen Hitchen, who's now done 4 laps on these mediums, and he's still improving, as he's just getting third fastest, and on mediums that is a very good time currently, and I'm sure he'll be happy with that, as that could almost confirm him in the top 10 quite early on. Obviously, Owen was one of the quickest drivers in PC1. He's more known for his pace in the wet, which was very, very quick whenever it did rain in PC1 last season. However, as we're in Bahrain, I have a feeling we're not going to see any rain, which, yeah, is quite unfortunate.
A bit weird though.
True. Yeah, it's quite ironic that they called the country Bahrain and it is a desert.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people now. Seems like they're abandoning the idea of the medium tyres, as I think that's Cody has just gone up to 5th in the Alfa Romeo, which is very, very good. 127.6. It's above average currently, but That's probably due to, you know, the track evolving and a bit more rubber being put down on the track, meaning people can go quicker. Other drivers, it seems like most people, they have near swapped over to the softs, as maybe the mediums, they didn't feel confident that they could get through, get into the top 10, so they thought it's better to go on softs and just see how high up the order they can get. Which, you know, if most people are on softs, then it's more than likely going to be, you know, not much of an advantage people will gain on the softs then early on in the race, so their pace won't be as quick. But it also does give a slight advantage to those who are in the top 10 on mediums there, which is only Owen who's left in the top 10 on mediums.
To be fair, David Power and Albert Lundgren need to get a lap in quickly before the qualifying ends, and they'll have enough time.
David Power's got a lap in of a 1:28.5 currently, but Lundgren, he's currently on a lap, not invalidated yet, so we'll see what he can do here. As I just seen Cody Reed's gone into second with a 26.9, being our second driver who's gone into the 126s. Lundgren just able to keep his car under control out of the hairpin there, which is one that I'd argue is the most difficult corner to get right on Bahrain. As
I do agree there. As he just entered turn 3.
Yeah.
Has got fastest sector 2 though.
Yeah, he has as well. 1:05.8. That's good for the middle sector. That's a good split for it, and puts him about 2 or 3 tenths up on what Sorensen and Rafael Flores had. I mean, he could go, say, about a 27.4 here, and he goes 27.6, which is a very solid time. Puts him in P6 currently. So far we have about 1.7 seconds separating the entire grid, but obviously not everyone's done a lap on soft tyres yet, so...
Well, we have Reed Hakkinen going into just coming out of sector 3.
He's just bailed on that lap.
Yeah, he just bailed a lap.
Or he could be giving his teammate a slipstream here, as they are quite close on track. Unless Cody pulls into the pits, which he has done.
He has.
Yeah. So not any strategy from the team there at Alfa Romeo, it seems.
Yeah, Niles hasn't still moved up into any position. He stayed the same.
We have Marco Cifuentes, who is still on the mediums, so maybe he's confident, as Dino goes on pole with a 26.4. Now that is a very quick time. That's 4 tenths clear currently of second place Ryan Chapman, and that is going to send a real message to everyone else to say that they need to get the pace going a bit, as being 4 tenths quicker is quite a significant advantage. As we have yellow flags in sector 3, but that's just Lundgren coming into the pits, I'm pretty sure. It's also interesting to see that Owen has bailed on his strategy of mediums. He's currently sitting in the garage with soft, so he's probably checking whether or not he does want to commit to the mediums, but he's heading out onto track now, as we have a few drivers on the lap, such as Antonopoulos and Majinski. As Antonopoulos is a 10th down in sector 1, but definitely can still make up a lot of time elsewhere in the track. Now we have a look at Jacob coming into the sector 1 split. He's going to be about a 10th up, which is would currently put him into the top 10 as well. But if people are improving significantly and they are around 10th place, they might not actually go for another lap, as they might try to bank on getting into the alternate strategy, which could be a smart idea. Antonopoulos through sector 2 was 2 tenths up, so coming to the line could put himself maybe about P8, P9 here, which
Actually,
would be...
can I just point out, Ryan Chapman has put the exact same time into his just last lap as
Has
his
he
current.
matched it?
That's the best. Yeah, he matched it.
Ah. That's, that's quite impressive to do, to be fair. Matching a time. Or was it him? It still says he's got 0 lap holder, so was it him completing his out lap?
Yeah, true. It might have been his lap, to be fair. Unfortunately, you don't get an award for that.
Yeah, we currently have David Power down in last, but he's 5 tenths up currently, which would put him about up to 13, up to 14th even. But going through sector 2, he's 1.2 seconds up, just about in track limits as well there, meaning he can go potentially up into the top 5 here, as Pavel Zakowski has gone into second with again a 126.8. So no one quite matching the pace of Dino, as David Power does go into 5th with a 27 flat, which is a good time for this far into the session.
Very true.
Most people now will be completing their final laps, as we have Ryan Chapman who goes a 26.5. Only about half a tenth off of pole there, but that is a very good time, and to be fair, could be enough to keep him definitely within the top 5, I'd say.
As Chong Shinbin comes into sector 3.
He's 8 tenths up as well. Not invalidated. I mean, he could go just inside the top 10 here, which would be very good. So yellow flag just for people moving out the way. And
yeah,
that's P6.
6.
We have Cody Reed, who unfortunately has invalidated his lap. Who else have we got on the lap? We have Gregor's Rajpold, who's currently 15th, but he's improving on his time, which could put him just inside the top 10 as well. And he's going to go 9th. Just ahead of both the McLarens, as Owen Hitchin goes pole with a 126 flat.
Wow. Give yourself a pat on the back, son. What a lap.
That is 4 tenths quicker, but we do have Dino with 20 seconds left starting his final run. So we'll see if he can challenge that on his final run here. Do we have anyone else? We have Sorensen, who's also just started his final run. Lundgren, who's a 10th down at the moment, and Raphael, who's 4 tenths up, goes P15, just ahead of Lundgren, as session is now ended. So whatever times people are getting, as Dino goes purple sector 1, about half a tenth up, got a bit shaky on the curb there, almost lost it, but he's kept it going. As elsewhere we have Lundgren, who is 10th up on his time as well. So he's going to be next to set a lap, I believe. Let's see what he does. Decent one through the last corner, almost had a bit too much oversteer there.
Driver goes to 13 for 127.3.
As Jimbin has retired out on track in sector 1, but doesn't matter as no one's really driving through there.
Yeah.
Sorensen was a 10th up but is invalidated, meaning it's all or nothing for Dino. He's only 3 thousandths up on his time, but can he go and take pole? He's going to need a monster sector 3. He's not bailed on his lap, so he's clearly improving. Or is he? And it's again a 26.4, not able to match Owen Hitchin, but that's still a very, very quick lap.
And we have Elliot Sorensen, and he has invalidated lap.
Yeah, he's. I think he was on the cooldown anyway. He's just going to take the flag to not have to drive into the pitch. So, as we're just waiting for everyone to go into the pitch, starting at the top, we have Owen Hitchin on pole by 4 tenths, which is quite a significant gap and is a very quick time of a 126 flat. We have Dino on a 26.4. Ryan in 3rd on a 26.5. Then we have Pavel, Cody Reed, Jimbin in 6th, David Perra 7th, McGinty 8th, Adam Lapidge in 9th, Elliot Sorensen 10th, Rajpod in 11th, Mashinsky 12th, Lundgren 13th, Ailes 14th, Antonopoulos 15th, Raphael 16th, and Cifuentes, who's going to be starting from the back. However, he did get disconnected, so he didn't get to do a lap on the softs, which he may have wanted. So that's our grid for this race. Based on what you've seen, who do you think we might see? You know, a good race from here, and you know, what do you think is going to happen with this one?
Well, to be fair, I mean, from what my race was yesterday, anything can happen. I think all these drivers will have either a good or terrible race. It doesn't really matter. But I would like to see some of the drivers who are currently at the bottom, like Marco Fuentes, to get into the top end of the.
Towards the top of the gridders.
Yeah, that's this one. Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out is the lobby glitched for you as?
I think so. Yeah.
The session's not ended, and we also have Vettel,
Yeah.
Perez, and Sainz at the bottom. I'm not sure they are quite ERO drivers.
Well, currently it is apparently the Alpine who is kind of stopping us from going, but it should.
It shouldn't be happening. Is we have an Alpine out on track and also in the garage. So yeah, I'm not quite too sure on that one, but we'll see.
If
in a second,
I hope
we are
the lobby.
re-lobbying.
Yeah, I hope the lobby doesn't. Yes,
Yeah, we're migrating host. Okay, I shall just.
I was gonna say I was hoping that the lobby doesn't get disconnected, as apparently Dino's AI has gone faster than Owen.
Right, well we've got the actual standings in chat,
Yeah.
so they'll be able to use that to obviously figure out what the grid is. So we'll just have to wait for the lobby restart, which will happen momentarily. Anyway, well, we're just waiting for this for the next. I'd say it'll take probably 5 or so minutes to restart. We have. I just want to tell you about. We have the actual season of Ero starting next week. Obviously, this is just a little pre-season race for everyone to participate in. To, get the feel on track currently and just test out the limits with the other drivers at the moment. So makes the quality of racing a bit better on track. But we do have next season we will also have the PlayStation tier starting. I don't know if they're going to do any pre-season races, but you'll obviously see if they do. But I think it's probably going to be. I think we do the first races on Friday. I think that's where F5, F4, and PC3 will be on next week. Sorry, I was having my brain just went then. We also have then on the Saturday, I believe it's F2, F3 on PlayStation, then PC2, and then on Sundays it'll be PC1 and F1. PlayStation. The lobby is back up as well, so we'll be able to get underway again in a moment. Alright. Sorry about this, we just need to get everyone back in the lobby as everyone loves the PC servers on this game. It's great, and it's a common theme with what we had last season, with people consistently being disconnected or issues with the lobby. So yeah, you'll just have to bear with us as we will be having lights out shortly. And I'm just checking. Mitch, is your Mike okay, or?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, you just, you went a bit quiet, so I was wondering if you'd had a disconnect or not, but...
Yeah, no worries.
Alright. How many drivers were in the lobby before? I can't remember.
I think it was 17, so we're missing someone.
Yeah, alright. We will also, just as I've seen, a top 10 will be starting on softs, obviously, as all of the people inside the top 10 did qualify on softs. Anyone outside the top 10 will be allowed to use, you know, whatever tyre they want. Which, you know, it's the freedom of being of qualifying outside the top 10. Just gonna put a reminder for people about their setups, because it'd be quite awkward if they didn't have their setup on. Okay. I am just checking something.
I think we're missing 2 drivers still.
That's fine. Just let me know once we're starting, because I'm checking something real quick with the stream. As the stream has it been okay? I don't know if that's just me, but it does look slightly it's slightly jittery. I will obviously I'll work on this between, you know, now and next stream, but that's something unfortunately I can't really sort out midstream. But I'll figure something out for next time. I'm also going to get the chat up as I haven't been able to, and just read what people are saying. Give us your best car noise while we wait. Nah, I'm alright, thanks. I'm alright. I'm good. We also had a poll that I didn't see. Who's going to claim the Ero Pc F2 championship? We had the majority of votes going to either someone else or Dino. So people believe that Dino will be, you know, competing at the top, which I think that's what a lot of people thought going into the season. However, he's not on pole here in this pre-season race.
Imagine the scenes if it decided to rain. That would be jokes.
I don't think it can, because
I don't think it can.
I think they have to set the weather for whatever it was in
Yeah, good point.
qualifying.
I didn't really think of that.
Yeah. So, also, since Wodge has forgot, remember, he might not have forgot, but I can't see it, but smash like or you will get a puncture in your next race. That is true, by the way. I didn't like the stream, and the next race I did online, I got a puncture. It was just karma for myself, really. As I think the lobby's got everyone. I'm not sure though. I assume they just need to sort out the grid. We'll be racing again. My Discord's being great right now. Which I love.
I think we all love that.
Oh, there we go. I tell you something, especially in like these pre-season races when there's like not much has happened yet in this season, so obviously we don't have much to talk about because, you know, there's no driver standings yet, but if anyone, like I said, does have predictions for the championship, put it in chat. Or any random predictions for this race. Who do you think's going to win? Anything just random that could happen? I mean, based off what I said for Canada yesterday. I'm interested to hear your thoughts ahead of the race, and everyone's opinion for it is valid, so see what people think. Okay, we are going again, so
Right, good.
I will put the screen back on in a second once we are in the lobby. And then
Mitch to win PC3, you bet.
we got people telling you to win PC3.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing that's Nathan.
No,
By any chance, am I correct there?
no.
Ah, okay. Fair.
Adam package P1, Owen P2. Alfie who's not racing P3. I like that.
Alfie, who's not racing P3, yeah. Because that one's going to happen. Alright, sorry, you might have seen my OBS there, but... Alright. Could you just check, because I accidentally left the stream off like an idiot on my other screen. Is it on the thing? On
Yeah,
F1?
you can. Yeah, it's on F1.
Brilliant, that helps. Alright. So, I'm hoping that everyone picks the correct tyres and has their setup. Otherwise this, might not be fun. As we have rules in place, so if you do, say if someone in the top 10 did accidentally start on mediums, then they'd have to box for softs immediately, I'm pretty sure. As the formation lap's starting. We'll have a look. What tyres has everyone gone on? Okay, so we do have McGinty inside the top 10, who has started on mediums. So I think he's going to have to pit lap 1 for softs. But everyone else who isn't inside the top 10 has actually opted for the mediums. So obviously they'll be going for a 1-stop, and probably the guys on the softs too. But we could see some interesting strategies with safety car. Or multiple safety cars, there could be. Unless everyone's going to keep it perfectly clean, which for a pre-season race, people just getting used to each other's driving, could have a few issues, as the Alpines has disconnected of Gregor's Rajpolt. And Ryan Chapman's been disqualified.
I mean, not sure what for.
I have a feeling he might have spun, as if he'd collided with someone else, then it would have taken both of the mates. So I'm assuming he had a spin, or I don't know. The game's just probably done something stupid. But he's going to have very cold tyres now for the race, which is not what he wanted. And hopefully that doesn't affect him too badly on the start, as he, starting P3. Cold tyres off the start isn't exactly what you want. The game's predicting for people on softs to do a 2-stop, which, I mean, it's feasible, but
Unlikely.
I don't think we're going to see it today. I think we'll see most people doing soft hard.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom half of the grid, they might decide to do medium hard if they are feeling it, which I don't understand why they do, but you never know.
Well, we're going to swap to the front here, see if we can see if the game wants to provide a lovely cinematic for the start here.
Nathan's also just pointed out we have a Red Bull versus Mercedes again.
Just like at the front yesterday in PC3, we had Red Bull and Mercedes as well. Does he want to give us a good angle?
No. It's given us the worst angle possible.
Alright, so we're going to have to use this. But 5 lights. And there's lights out here in Bahrain as Owen gets a great start, and the Haas of Pavel nearly loses it. He's dropping far back through the grid. Ryan on his cold soft tyres has managed to keep the position as Pavel's just cut across the whole of turn 1. Owen still leads. We have battles going through turn 1. I think that's Adam Lapage making up places on a McLaren driver there. We have all the drivers now heading up towards turn 4. Don't know why I forgot that. And Owen still leads the way. We have yellow flags at the back. That's Antonopoulos in the Alpine.
I get the collision with Ailes.
We have Pavel making a route move on the Ferrari up the inside, as we have the other Haas of Markel Cifuentes ghosting, and at the back seems where like most of the action is, as most of it's formed there at the front, and we have a Haas round, and that is Markel at the back. That's unfortunate there. Probably going side by side through the hairpin, which isn't ideal, as Owen has already built an 8/10 lead, but as long as Dino can stick within the DRS, it should be fine. However, the top 3 have already broke a good gap here. We have side by side as Elliot's managed to get past AlphaTauri. And we also have Pavel, who's made the move as well. Can he get Elliot? Not quite. As we have Lucas going into the pits to put the softs on, which is the tyre he's meant to start on.
Great start from him as well.
A bit of a bump there from Dino on the back of Owen. Not quite know where he's going to brake, so just a little tap. I doubt he's got damage from that though, as the gap has closed into 4/10. However, the gap behind to David Power has extended to 1.9. As we have some medium runners at the back, such as Raphael, Jacob and Grajpold, all having a battle here for P11, and nothing's particularly happening in that specific battle. Check penalty. So yeah, Pavel did get 10 seconds, so you didn't get any other penalties for it.
Yeah, I was. I think some of them might get taken down, because I'm looking at the race director. It looked like he'd been pushed out wide.
I mean, he went across turn 1, but I'm not sure he had much of a choice, as Ryan Chapman spun. So unfortunate, through quite a difficult corner for the traction. He's lost it there, and that puts him down. Luckily not behind the medium runners, because that's where he wouldn't have wanted to be, but he's not got DRS for any of the soft runners now, as Dino's got a 129.9. Can he get a move here into turn 1, as DRS will be enabled this lap? He's going to just be patient with it, as we have Elliot and Pavel going side by side. Pavel goes for the later braking, and he makes that move stick.
I don't know if you're sure, but the Haas of Markel Cifuentes has spun in going into his next lap.
Was it the last corner? As we have another yellow flag, and that's Grajpold, who's reigned. It seems like he might have had a bit of contact, maybe. His front wings are still intact, so maybe not.
I think he might have just gone up too much over the curb and spun it.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
We have Dino still following Owen here, still within the DRS, and I have a feeling needs to at the front here. Unless a safety car shakes things up, we could be seeing a good battle for first here between them.
DNF coming into lap 4 nearly. No DNF, which I'm very surprised about.
Pavel again fighting with Elliot, just about gets through there, and these are having quite a big fight at the start, which is a late Ryan Chapman and also the medium runners to catch them, which is not quite what they want off the start. We're going to have a look who's made up the most places off the start here, if I can.
Yellow flag.
That is Grajpold at the back. I haven't done this in so long, I can't find what I'm trying to find here. There we go, position change.
Swenson and Ryan Chapman have overtaken Paul Al Zukowski. That's not right.
I assume Pavel didn't have the DRS, meaning both AlphaTauris. But Pavel goes back at Sorensen, not quite able to get through. And one of the Ferraris behind had a bit of a moment there. And Pavel's gone. Pavel spun just behind them. And anyway.
As it looks like the McLaren of Jacob Wozinski goes into turn 2, I believe.
Side by side with the Ferrari, but the Ferrari's got superior traction there. Very good exit. So with people who've made up the most positions, we have David Pillar and Adam Lapage at the top, currently sitting 3rd and 5th, who've both gone up 4 places. We have Rafael Ferraz in the Williams up to 11th from 16th. And then for people down the most positions, we've had Pavel, who's spun, McGinty, who had to pit, and Greg, who's also pitted, I believe, or he's just had a few spins, unfortunately. And Ryan Chapman, who also spun early on. But at the moment, not too much action near the front, as Dino seems to just, you know, he wants to just follow Owen, not really deploy too much of his DRS, but with the DRS this lap he's getting closer. Owen moves right, almost contact there, as Owen squeezes Dino. Dino had to back out a bit there to avoid the contact. As behind them we have a bit of a DRS strain forming.
Yeah, 4th and 6th.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for the both AlphaTauri's. They're kind of stuck in no man's land.
We have
If they team
Antonopoulos
play,
with the dive. And there's a bit of contact here as Ferraz didn't quite have the space he might have wanted there, and couldn't keep the car on track quite, but as Antonopoulos ran a bit deep with the dive he went for. And again at the front, still Dino following, as we have our first full-on corner cutting penalty, I assume for multiple warnings, with Darrell Ailes, who's currently in 13th. And I just find it ridiculous how these two at the front have got a 4.5 second gap to anyone else already.
But a safety car could change that immediately.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, you never know when something can happen. A safety car can come out at any point. Currently with, seems like the AlphaTauris in 7th and 8th, they probably will want to work together to see if they can make an impact at catching up to the pack in front, but...
Dino's gone for the overtake.
Is he?
And
he has?
Yeah, and he's made the move look easy.
He's got it this time, but Owen brakes later. Round the outside, he's got a better traction. And Owen with a great re-overtake there. And he also got the DRS from that as well, as at the detection point he was behind. That was a brilliant overtake around the outside. And
yeah, it's fantastic racing from the two of them.
Yeah, it's a great way to keep the lead as well. As near the back we have Markel Cifuentes, who I believe has disconnected, which is unfortunate for him. Pavel Pitts, he's the first one in, and he's going for mediums. I assume he's going to go for a 2-stop here, which could work definitely with a safety car to get him back into the race, but with how his race started, it's not ideal for him currently. But anything can happen, as Jimbin has a little moment there, just out the hairpin, but still able to keep within the DRS as Adam Lapage looks for a move. Not quite on that occasion, but he's right over the back of Cody Reed, who's right behind David Power as well as Adam Lapage. He loses it. Oh, and Cody's got in front of him and he's out. He's in the middle of the track. Is that a safety car? It is. It should
be. It is a safety car.
So we have a safety car here on lap 6.
Which for Owen and Dino is not good for them.
No, but they can get off the softs. They might not want to be on the softs, so...
That is also very true.
As we have racing into the pits between David Perra and Adam Lapage. Almost making contacts under safety car there. As we have Owen and Dino going for mediums, meaning I'd expect a 2-stop. David Perra's gone hards.
Bold strategy. I'm liking it.
If he can go to the end, could work.
And Chong Jimbin gone hard as well.
And Chong Jimbin's also gotten ahead of Adam Lapage in the pit stops, which wouldn't have been expected, as on the mediums, Lundgren stayed out and he's up to 3rd.
There's some bold strategies going on.
Yeah, it's very different. We got people on hards, people who, you know, decide to continue. I assume Lundgren and I think Darrell, who's also continued, they are more than likely going to go to the point where they can, you know, just put hards on and go to the end. Maybe they could even extend this now with a safety car and go for softs. As with the order shaken up a bit and multiple strategies, we also have people on the softs at the back. Antonopoulos and Majinski and McGinty. They must be going for quite an aggressive strategy. Hoping for probably one more stop on another set of softs, I'd think.
They better hope a safety car comes out sooner rather than later, if that's the case.
Especially if they make up a lot of positions off the restart, then a safety car could then, you know, solidify that position for them, which would be ideal, considering a lot of the grid are on mediums.
Could be a smart strategy, it might be a dumb strategy, we don't know.
We have probably one more lap under safety car, I think, as the grid just are catching up still. And we have, you know, just 6 new drivers now left in the race. As when I was focusing on when Cody DNF'd, I was more focused on, I thought Adam Lapage was gonna go at the race, but you know, he didn't. Luckily for him, but unfortunately for Cody, he did. As we just have a Haas and an Alpine who need to catch up, and a bit of position changing. Probably just one car just not expecting the other to brake, but you know, it's not going to cause any harm. What I find most interesting is people on the softs and hards, other than David Power and Jim Bin in 4th and 5th, are outside the top 10.
Yeah, which could be a game changer for them if they can push, you know, the tires to the max.
Yeah, if the hards can, a hard will make it to the end, I'm pretty sure now. It'll be quite close, but them getting to the end should be possible. But the ones on the softs are really going to have to get nailed down and get on with it to make up as many positions as they can. I also like the idea of still, because I assume with Lundgren and Darrell, they saw a lot of people, you know, pitting for mediums, thinking obviously they're not going to make it to the end on the mediums unless they're going to, you know, their tyres will drop off. So staying out and getting track position could have been a very bold strategy, and it could work out very well for them.
I mean, they better be really good at keeping tyre management, because if I was in that car, there's no way those tyres are making it to like the next pit stop or the next safety car.
Yeah, I think I think they'll make like they could even I think extending softs would take till like lap 19-20 before they box off the mediums. So doing that would be risky, but could be, if they could just keep within the DRS of the guys near the front, could pay off massively. As I'm pretty sure safety cars should be coming in this lap.
If it doesn't, then yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Owen's gonna probably slam the brakes on here and just, you know, back up the grid, ready to get an exit on the safety car restart. However, I'm wondering if he's going to go out the last corner or if he's going to wait right until the line to try catch Dino out and get an advantage. Which
bold strategy.
We'll see here. He's going to wait to the line, it seems, or is he just going to bolt any second now? Dino's ready for it.
Dino's right in.
And there goes Owen, and off he goes straight up. And we already have Adam Lapage having to let people back through because he overtook before the safety car control line, I believe. And into turn 1, Jim Bin up the inside of David Power, who ran a bit wide. Still going side by side through there. And David Power's managed to just get back in front. Loads of position changes at the back as Ryan Chapman fighting with Rafael Ferraz.
Oh, and there's contact at the back.
It's Pavel Gon and Antonopoulos, and we also have a Williams reign. That is, that's Chong Jin Bin in the Williams who's gone down. He's dropped it out of there. There might have been contact as he was fighting with David Power, as most of the orders stayed the same, but especially from like 15, we've had a lot of position changes. As Adam Lapage attempted to let Darrell Ailes through, who's now down in 13th, so there might have been some contact between him and someone else. As Adam Lapage has made slight contact there with Elliot Sorensen, and already out front, Dino and Owen have a great lead, but Owen might be out of the DRS here, which could be key for him.
Yeah, I can't lie. I saw what happened at the back. Antonopoulos kind of hit the wall. He spun it and lost it, and then he kind of hit Ailes, which surprisingly didn't take his front wing off. But I'm pretty sure his front wing might be slightly damaged.
We currently have Adam Lapage in an Alpha Tauri sandwich here. So, I assume the Alpha Tauris will probably want to, you know, test a few little mind games on him here to get themselves through, as we have McGinty moving right, then back to the racing line, almost onto the grass there, but, you know, just trying to break the slipstream, trying to break the toe, and, you know, and he's got a great exit there out of turn 2, and built a great gap and actually caught up to David Perrer and Lundgren. As Lundgren has already dropped 3 seconds to the guys in front, but you have got to remember he's on 9-lap old mediums, so he's obviously going to have a slight pace disadvantage to those at the front, with Dino barely keeping within Owen's DRS here, so he's going to have to deploy a lot of the battery, I'd assume, to keep within that range. As David Perrer, as McGinty goes wide, I think he tried an overtake around the outside there.
Very
McGinty,
bold.
but not quite.
As he loses 2 positions. He tries to
Battle behind here. Adam Lapage has got him through as well, but McGinty's going to fight it back. And I better run out the corner. He's a bit wide though, as Adam Lapage right behind him. Ryan Chapman following as well, and this battle for third is heating up here. So we have a lot of drivers, as David Perrer's got on past Lundgren for P3, as Lundgren almost runs into the back of him, which has allowed Elliot Sorensen to go through as well.
As Adam Lapage has just overtaken the McLaren of Lucas McGinty. He was still fine, but Ryan Chapman's right behind him.
He's going here, it's going to go 3 wide into turn 1. This could be interesting, as Ryan Chapman had to back out there.
Ryan Chapman did hit the back of they did touch with Lucas McGinty.
We hope he's not got any damage as Lundgren. Is he going to go for the dive? Thought about it, but better, you know, to just, especially when he's on the older tyres, just play it safe. And just try, you know, hold up the cars behind to make an impact when you eventually swap tyres, depending on if he's going to go mediums or softs. I mean, hards or softs even. But Adam Lapage all over the back of him. And with a great run there, surely he's not going to try a move into here. He knows better than to do that. Almost pushing him through the corner though.
I think that might have just touched, but it was a very minor touch.
He shouldn't have damage from that.
Yeah.
Lucas McGinty's got a prime seat for this. He's waiting for them to battle. Then he can try capitalise on a mistake from one of them maybe, and get the overtake, which would be good for him. As on the softs, he's hoping to, as contact there, as I believe Ryan Chapman's gone a bit deep and hit McGinty, and he's got damage from that. And also you got Greg Rajpold and Jacob Mashinsky going past, and Ryan's gone very wide there, so I'm pretty sure he definitely has damage.
They look like he has damage from the front of his wing.
Further up, Adam Lapage got past Lundgren, but Lundgren with a DRS absolutely flies past. Maybe he's running a low downforce setup to give him the extra straight line speed, as McGinty goes up the inside of Adam Lapage. A very bold move, and he's also potentially going to get Lundgren here as well, and he does. Yeah. The traction on the softs proving very superior there.
Oh, that was very close.
Up ahead we have David Perrer side by side with Elliot Sorensen. Into sector 2, you can't go here, someone's going to have to back out. They go for it, and luckily David Perrer put the brakes on a bit there, otherwise that could have ended in disaster. Adam Lapage just buying his time. He's following McGinty, who's on the soft, so could be a smart idea just to, you know, stick with him and follow him, as his pace might be, you know, quite strong on these softs, especially as they're, you know, still only 4 laps old. However, the mediums will start coming into play within the next 3 laps, I'd say. Then it'll be quicker, as he has gone for the move. All over the curb there, though, not quite what you want to do, but he's managed to get the move stuck, which is
it definitely did help him.
It's also fun that the you know, the interval thing has broken.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to it.
Yeah, I don't know either, but yeah, look, it just keeps refreshing. Yeah, unfortunately we're not going to be able to see that. But Dino looking for a move, doesn't quite go for that one. Okay, some of it's working again there, but alright. As we have Gregor's Rajpold going for the move.
The yellow flag.
And also, we have Jacob Majinski with the dive. That's a very bold move as Lundgren had to go a bit wide there to avoid contact. And Jacob Majinski's managed to get himself up into 7th. We have
George Antopoulos has spun it into sector 2. Has gone off track limits for some reason.
We have McGinty actually dropping a bit here to Adam Lapage. So maybe that's wrong about the softs. They might be going off slightly earlier as Antonopoulos has retired from the session. As he was just dropping quite far behind, which is unfortunate for him.
I think he spun lost his problem on the really painful turn, which Dino and Owen have just entered.
We have Gregor's Rajpold. When he made the move on Lundgren, could have gained the position, but Jacob Majinski was second to him as Adam Lapage just spun. He's into the wall, and it's what he nearly did earlier when he's struggling to keep the get the car back going the right way. Let's hope he doesn't get disqualified.
Has dropped down to 12.
Dino with amazing straight on speed again, just choosing to stick behind Owen here. And I'm sure
Owen had a better exit from that corner, but Dino could make the move.
Dino again, the straight line speed of the Mercedes here, up the inside, little bit deep, forces Owen wide. But Owen's got, a beautiful line on the outside there as we have. No, that's just Antonopoulos' car retiring.
There is a... Oh, yeah.
We have a new fastest lap from Ryan Chapman, who is boxed for softs. As Lundgren, doing what I thought he would, he's boxed for the hards. So he's going to get to the end. He's fighting with Ryan, but Ryan on those softs is going to have superior traction.
Lots of variety of wheel types going on.
Yeah, the tyre compounds at this point is with
both McLarens are on softs.
Yeah, I assume they'll probably pit about. They'll either go for softs again in like 5 laps time, or they might not want to risk it based on how they feel on the softs and go for mediums. As we have,
I'm hoping they don't double stack in the pits.
We have Dino still following Owen, 5/10 behind. It seems like that seems to be around the gap at the start of the straight, but this time he's deploying the battery. He's got the straight line speed. Owen moves right again, almost contact like there was at the start of the race. Dino back to the racing line. Owen dives up the inside, but Dino surely's got the line here. Gives Owen a little squeeze out of the corner to get a better line, and he's got that position now as. We haven't had many penalties, but Lundgren has just got a 3-second time penalty for warnings, and now we have a battle going on between the two McLarens and the Alpine of Gregor's Rajpold. Unfortunately, no moves being made
Great
here.
fighting going on.
Gregor's Rajpold's mediums are probably coming into play here now, with the McLarens both being on softs. But we now have again Owen Hitchen right behind Dino. He's got the DRS. This should be a good move, but Dino's straight line speed is been very strong, but Owen with a lovely line through that corner, and he's managed to get the move quite easily. But going back onto the main straight might be a different story, as Dino is right behind him. Seems like he's having slight connectivity issues. I'm not sure if that's on my end, but we have a spin of David Power, who was in 4th, and he's retired from the session. I think he's oh no! And that's taking out Raphael. Now that's why they say don't retire on track, as that is a massive collision. Surely a safety car or something, and it's a virtual safety car.
I think that is very unfortunate.
I think David Power, that's not good on his end for retiring on track. I think if this was like an actual race, that would be certainly given penalty points too, because you're not meant to retire on track as things like that can happen, and it's just a shame when someone, you know, accidentally affects someone else's race without, you know, you intending to.
Well, I feel very bad for Rafael, and Developer should feel awful about what just happened as he retired on the track for no reason.
I mean, that's what I say, like, just, you know, just get back to the pits. It's just, you know, the safest thing to do out on track.
Or if you're going to retire, park up and retire.
No, but the game will still drive you.
Okay.
Yeah, the game is just strange. Just go to the pits. Safest thing to do. This virtual safety car lasted about a lap here. As it'll probably be ending any moment now. And we'll see if... And Owen Hitchner in first has gotten a drive-through penalty. That is the last thing he wanted while fighting for first.
I think he got very unlucky there.
He's just going straight in to serve it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's one of those things where it just happens. It happened to me yesterday and a few other drivers. It just happens. You can't really control it. It's the game.
It's quite unfortunate, especially if it's by like just a bit. But we also have Jacob Maszynski coming into the pits here from his softs.
Probably to put mediums on, I'm guessing.
Yes, he is going mediums to the end. You are correct. As Owen Hitchner back onto track. However, as much as he's only dropped to 4th, still not where he would have wanted to be, as the gaps now have, you know, the whole grid's completely changed. As McGinty, I think he pitted under VSC maybe.
Yeah,
and managed to use that to his effect to get a 2.5 second gap to his teammate. Which is very good.
Nearly 9.5 seconds interval between Elliot Strenton and Dino.
I think Dino now, unless it's a safety car, his only goal is just keep it on track.
Yeah, the only thing that could go wrong is a safety car or him spinning.
Yeah, it's probably the only thing preventing him from winning here. And it's looking like a quite comfortable drive. He can, you know, potentially get the mediums to the end, but I think it'd be safer just to box soon. And, you know, just play it safe. There's no need to like risk it, as he's already got a 9-second gap. If he does pit, he'll be about, say, 12 seconds behind Elliot. With the fresh softs will easily take that out. So, we have not much going on anymore. The action has calmed down a bit, as the field has spread out here. Many people are just coming in, you know, making their pit stops, and now it's all just about who's going to go the distance to the end of the races. I've just realised Jacob Maszynski, when he pitted, pretty sure he did, has put on old mediums that are already 7 laps old. As Markel Cifuentes goes fastest lap on a set of hards. I'm not sure if he's disconnected from the lobby right now, but he is the ghost car. And it could just be, you know, a glitch within the lobby, more than likely, unless, you know, something has happened that's not meant to, like, for example, maybe like the AI difficulty's been left extremely high or something, but you never know. As Dino's lead is out to over 10 seconds, which is exactly what he needed, and he'll be quite happy with that, I'd assume, as he doesn't have, you know, too long left.
I mean, there is a gap between pretty much every driver on the track, besides Jacob and John.
Yeah, I think this next straight with Jim being on the fresh tyres, on the fresh mediums, he should be able to get this move done. As
I think he will get it done going into turn 1.
And as long as he can keep the move, then he should be alright, as Maszynski moves to the right. Trying to break the toe, but at the DRS the move should be easy. That is very good straight line speed, and he's through. But Majinski going to try fight it back. As Jimbin goes a bit deep, but that's probably for the better exit. Didn't quite get it though, as he had to take quite a tight line. Almost contact between the two there, but luckily there wasn't, as it's just a drag race up to turn 3.
Kind of pushes Jimbin wide.
And Jimbin not quite able to get through on this lap. But I'm sure he'll be able to, you know, the next lap. Seems like he was potentially going to go deeper, maybe try a cut back, but he wasn't close enough to be able to try it on that particular corner there. We also have closer to the top Owen Hitchenen, who's cut back up to Gregor Schreifold, so he can potentially at least get himself back onto the podium. As quite unfortunate that he got the drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. But luckily this is, you know, for now this is only a you know, a pre-season race, so as much as the results in this may give people confidence, you know, it's not all that matters at the moment. It's just about getting a feel on track. As we have Jimbin again closing to Mashinsky, choosing not to use the slipstream.
Yeah, very, very questionable.
Maybe he doesn't want to make the move on this straight as he's going for the cutback to get a better exit. Maybe he was waiting till here to go for the move.
But to be fair, he did use all his ERS, so I'm not really sure what the
battery phone's quite low.
Jacob did knock him though.
And Hitchler right behind Rajbolt here, and he's got plenty of ERS. He's going to go for the move up the inside, and he's made that move stick. That is a nice move, and one he's done multiple times this race.
Very clean.
Yeah, very clean, and you know, it's a good overtaking spot if you know you can take a good line through there. A lot of people will normally make contact, but you know, these guys keeping it decently clean here. As we have Jimbin all over the back of Majinski. Majinski did defend the inside line there. Jimbin's not going to be able to get through on this occasion, but he's right behind him still. As we also have Rajpold only 3 tenths behind Hitchin, not quite able to keep with him on the straight, so Hitchin might be able to break away here from him and get it DRS's Hitchin with a way better exit there, and he's managed to build the gap. But this time we have Jimbin way closer to Majinski. Surely the move's going to happen this time. On the outside he's going to go. He's going to break earlier. He's going to go for the cutback again. Just over the curb and nearly loses it there. And again, he's still stuck behind the McLaren.
Curb hasn't helped him there.
Trying to defend this 7th place for all his life here. It's crazy to think how much the grid's currently separated here from what it was at the start.
Yeah.
Many gaps have been formed, and not many battles out on track at the moment, which is unfortunate to see. But these things can happen, obviously. You know, we've had 5 DNFs this race, with a few of them being unfortunate. You know, with spins and crashes and things almost out of control with racing incidents, a lot of them. But you know, things happen in these races, and unfortunately you can't control that. As we have someone putting into the pits here, which is Gregor Rajpold, and I assume he's going to go soft to the end here. You know, he'll probably get the fastest lap as well. As you know, he had a good gap to Adam Lapage, who's staying in 5th, having a very quiet race for himself currently.
Still for a quiet race. Look at Dino.
Jimbin again.
Dino's living life
first. Not close enough. As Rajpal comes out just in front, just between the McLarens, as we also have Markel Cifuentes in the box, but I believe that is still his AI. And he's got on softs to the end as well. And we have a battle here, Jimbin. Bit of bit of lag in the lobby there, it seemed, as the driver's ghosted, which is lucky because we don't need any crashes from any poor connection within the lobby. And again, Dino just right, safety car. Oh, Markel Cifuentes has retired.
I did not see that.
I didn't get the I didn't get anything for that
Yeah.
either. As Dino goes straight into the pits. Elliot's coming in as well. Oh, and everyone's going to be coming in here for a fresh set of softs, I assume. Other than Rajpal, who's already just put his softs on. Yeah. This race has all of a sudden got an interesting again. Everything's back on the car, and Lundgren gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car, which is not what he would have wanted, especially with there only being probably 4 or 5 laps left once the safety car does go in. And he's got another one as well.
Oh, it's not his day.
He's going into the pits. If I got to, I'd probably retire the car.
And 5 seconds speeding. Oh, it's not his day.
Yeah, I'd retire the cars. McLaren double stacking as McGinty's getting a new front wing.
As he's gone his drive through and instead has for some reason pitted.
You can't surf a drive through under safety car.
True, forgot that.
Yeah, this could take quite a few laps to get everyone up behind the safety car again, as the grid is very separated. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. We should restart by lap 25, I'd assume. And it's all to play for. We've got 11 drivers remaining. Obviously, no points will be given, but it's just, let's see who can finish highest, as Lundgren's also pitted for mediums. Jimbin stayed out on his mediums, which is a very, very bold strategy. And, you know, if he has the pace, it could work, but with a lot of cars behind him on fresh tyres, it's going to be very difficult to defend from them.
Hopefully, either Svensson or Kitchener somehow do well on the safety car restart and put Dino to the test.
I think Dino's since Owen got the since he got the drive-through penalty, he's had it quite in cruise control essentially this race, but this late safety car could change everything up, especially with people wanting to make moves right towards the end. Could make it very, very interesting here. And Bahrain, it's definitely a track where you can make a lot of moves late on, as we just have drivers just keeping their temperature in their tyres while they wait for everyone else to catch back up. And I have a feeling it could potentially be this lap we restart, but we've got to wait for Darrell at the back to catch up, which I'm not sure if he's going to be able to before we get to the end of Sector 2. Actually, to be fair, he does have a lot of straights, so he should be okay. And then we will have 5 laps of racing if it comes in this lap. And if it doesn't, we'll have 4 laps. Meaning it's basically a sprint to the end of who can make the most moves, who can hold off the drivers behind them, and, you know, who will come out on top.
I mean, the top 3 all have fresh new softs, so I mean, everything's for grabs here.
True. With everyone basically on new softs other than Lundgren and Jimbin. Still anyone's race with what could happen here. Could be chaos, could be, you know,
carnage.
Complete carnage, yeah. I think the driver I'm thinking is going to want to get straight back to the front. He's Owen after, you know, he got the drive-through. He's going to want to get straight back up fighting with Dinner. We've also got Ryan Chapman, who's been left near the back as the safety car is in this lap, as Darrell did catch. Who's near the back after starting near the front. Let's see if he's going to go on an all-out attack mode at everyone.
I mean, if I was Svensson right now, when we get into the last turn, I'd parked the car literally right into Dino's car.
Park the car into his car.
Not literally, you know what I mean. But ready to pounce.
Yeah. Just stop weaving, you know. But that's the advantage of being at the front. You can weave all you like. You can choose when you restart.
You're in control.
And he's gone. Dino's not. Elliot's actually got him here nearly. And with the slipstream, potentially into turn one, he could make a move. Dino's just teleported out the way there, so a bit of lag in the lobby as Rashpold and Hitchin are also side by side. Jimbin's gone a bit deep, Lapage up the inside. But Jimbin with a good exit. Hitchin's gone wide, Jimbin's off, and he's into the wall. He's done a Mazepin.
I'm pretty sure Jimbin and Hitchin kind of touched, but I'm not sure that was why Jimbin spun.
Side by side between Pushkadija and Sorensen here as we're going into sector 2 we are, and I think Elliot's just going to have to try keep with Dino here. It's going to be important for him as Ryan Chapman behind nearly got past Longren, I'm pretty sure, but wasn't quite able to keep the move as Hitchin all over the back of Rashford here. Is he going to go for his favourite move up the inside? Bit of contact, but he made the move relatively cleanly there. That's completely fine.
Not one of his
he's on the charge again. And he's just going to see, can he get back up to first maybe? As Adam Lapage with a great exit, they're also right behind Rashford. And can he potentially make a move into this corner and be quite bold? Yeah, he's not going to go for that. But with a good exit here, he's deploying the battery. Yeah, but Rashpold's straight line speed is ridiculous. He's not. I don't think he even used much of his battery there, and just pulled a massive gap. Which Trainy's got low downforce set up to get the straight line speed done. However, these two are falling off the back of the front runners here. They need to keep within DRS as Adam Lapage is going to go for the move now up the inside. But he didn't have too much room on the inside there to get a good exit. Dino's already broke the second to Elliot here, which that's going to really make Owen want to get through as quick as he can, so Dino can't pull away. But Dino just needs to keep that 1 second gap now, keep it under control as Owen's got straight in the slipstream. Elliot's going to defend the inside, but the straight line speed of the Red Bull on the outside, he's going to fight it. And with the exit, he's got him, and now it's the chase. Can he get up to Dino? Can he get within the DRS before the end, or will Dino keep the gap and win this race?
The one thing I'm very impressed with is the lack of penalties. I didn't think there'd be like this many penalties. There's literally none.
Yeah. They've kept it relatively clean with the track limits, which is good as DRS has been enabled, but that's gonna only come into effect with him drivers within a second. He really wants that position back, but that's the last thing Hitchin wants right now. Is he's just got to get the exits, and he's got a penalty. Just as you were talking about track limits a moment ago, as Lapage has also made a move on Rashpold, and he's kept that move with, he had the DRS. Quite a simple move for him, but even if he can catch Dino now, yeah, I don't think he's going to build the 3 second gap, but you know, for him it might be, you know, just the pride of winning it out on track. As it's a yellow flag as that's Jacob Maszynski who's reigned, and that's a disaster for him as he could have potentially made up a few more positions there towards the end of the race as he was in the pack fighting.
He still has a front wing though.
At least, yeah, true. At least he has a front wing. He could box for a new set of softs, just, you know, take the fastest lap. At least that's something he can do. He's got the distance to as well. The gap at the front, it has been closing, but obviously with Owen with a 3 second time penalty, it's not, might not be enough. Might not even get into the DRS, as also Elliot's still sticking with him, as he's not been able to quite break the DRS here. Which, if Owen does catch Dino, if Elliot can just stick with Owen,
DRS.
Elliott could win this race, but with 2 laps to go, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to do so. He's just going to have to rely on keeping in Owen's DRS, and that Owen can catch, as we've got a fight behind for 4th.
Great overtake from 5th to 4th.
He's got not much battery though, as Rajpal goes around the outside. McGinty goes wide there. Didn't quite get the brakes on early enough, as Ryan Chapman stuck his nose in and made a cheeky move up the inside there, capitalising on the mistake. Got the cutback from the McLaren on the outside. He's got a bit wide, and unfortunately he has to seek the position there. Can't quite keep that fight going. And at the front, the gap is now just 1 second. Potentially by the end of this lap might be DRS for Owen, but Elliott's just about keeping his hide. Owen's DRS range as well. Potentially, if Dino makes a slight mistake or two, this could get it, you know, very interesting on this last lap. But with how clean he's kept it all race, I don't think he will. So Elliott needs to get in the DRS here, but he's not close enough. Is he going to do it in time? No. So no DRS for Elliott, so as much as Owen's got a 3-second penalty, he'll still want to win this on track, and we'll see if he can do so. Neither of them have any battery left, but with the gap still being 5 tenths, I don't think he's going to get it here. As behind into turn 1, we've got Rajpal, Chapman and Adam Leipzig. We've got McGinty just behind them, but fortunately he has a 3-second time penalty. We have Ryan Chapman, which is following in the DRS, potentially looking to make a move, but he's too far back currently. Adam Leipzig takes the corner very wide there, but the exit is fine.
As the fireworks are going off a little too early.
And unfortunately, he's not quite close enough, but at the front here, coming into this final DRS zone of the track, or final full DRS zone.
Gotta give it everything he's got.
Just for the pride of winning it on track. Not close enough. He went for a bit of a dive on but it's not happened. Ryan Chapman and Rajpal still not able to get past Adam Leipzig. No one has any ERS left. They've all used it all. It's all gone. Dino's gone wide. Off the track, he's got a 3-second time penalty. Is Owen close enough? McGinty's off the track and retired. You may have seen that, but it's just one. It's too little too late for Owen.
I mean, I don't think the penalty would have done anything, not gonna lie.
This could mean Elliott could win.
Oh yeah, wait, Elliott might have won.
Has he won? And
Yeah,
he takes first by barely
Fair play.
68 thousandths of a second, as Dino just went wide there at the end.
As
And
Dino,
behind
unfortunate.
Rajpal and Chapman not quite able to get past. That
What
was
a photo finish.
that was closer than we thought it would have been right at the end there, as Dino unfortunately got a penalty and Elliott kept it clean, and he's managed to get the win here at Bahrain. And that they'd say you got to be in it to win it, and you got to keep it clean. And that's what
For how this race has gone, probably the best ending that could have happened.
Yeah, especially with how it was looking halfway through with you know.
Dino just gaining and gaining time away from everyone else.
Yeah. And
Well,
a
that's
surprise
how-
winner from what it looked like. Dino and Owen, you know, very, very quick compared to the rest of the grid at the start, as we have Lungen's just parked it at the line and he reigns at the grid, and that's the end of the race.
So who would you say is your driver of the day?
Definitely Elliott. The fact that he kept it clean.
Yeah, I agree. Did qualify 10th.
Yeah, but he qualified 10th as well.
Qualified 10th and he's climbed all the way to get first.
Certainly my driver of the day then. That was very good. Kept it clean, kept it on the track, you know, just follow people through, and that's what you have to do to win. The fastest lap goes to Markel Cifuentes with a 26.5. That's 5 tenths off the quali pace, and I don't think that is correct. I'm not sure, obviously, but that happened while he was disconnected, so probably something to do with a glitch with the AI more than likely.
I mean, I mean, Dino and Owen, they did kind of get a bit ruined by the game. The drive for throwing, I don't think should have happened.
I'm just getting the
But-
race director if anyone needs it, but I don't think
Yeah,
people
that's
will
fair.
leave a penalty in the pre-season race. But yeah, that is, you know, a very surprise ending to the race, and a great drive all round from Elliot to, you know, right place, right time, and he's taken the win.
Not only just Elliot, but I think it was a fantastic drive for all the drivers who had finished. I mean, some of the ones who DNF'd, that was very unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a good race for everyone, regardless if they DNF'd or got disqualified or even finished.
Yeah. So, you know, a great effort from everyone, maybe. As how unfortunate it may have been for some of them, but that sets the scene for, you know, potentially an exciting season with some shock results happening, as immediately we've had that there. And I think with people, you know, putting in more work for the actual race next week, it could get very, very competitive. As
Could get spicy.
yeah, at the front at the start, it was anyone's game, but you know, it came down to a late safety car, which sometimes it does, and I've had to rely on that in the past as well, and I think everyone has. Anyway, before we go and end the stream, we'll just want to say that tomorrow we have a pre-season race for PC1 with commentators Adam Lapage and Dino. They will be bringing you all the action that happens tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we've got I don't think we've got a full grid, but probably about the same as this. And yeah, make sure to tune in to that tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who's came along and watched this today, and we can't wait for the start next week, where we'll be live here again, same time, 4 o'clock, and it'll be lights out for the first race around Kota. Anyway, we'd like to thank you all for watching, and yeah, make sure to join next week for more action in PC2. And yeah, goodbye everyone.